Good Friday morning prospect. This is my new puppy, Tigger. He doesn't really want to be up here. So I showed him to you because he illustrates a point. Tigger hasn't been trained. He's only 3 months old. But he actually is very eager to please. He follows us around. He wants to be close to us. But he doesn't know what it is that we want him to do yet. So Tigger has to be trained. Sadly, we have raised a couple of generations at least of young people, and they've never been trained in what God expects from us. And your child may have been trained, but I promise you, having served as the pastor on a lot of youth groups, an awful lot of them don't. And my question for you is the same that I have for anybody who gets a new puppy. How do you fuss at a puppy if you never try to teach the puppy right from wrong? The puppy doesn't know. He does know he wants to please, but he doesn't know how. As a society, we have failed our children. We have not led them to an understanding of what their faith means. One of the reasons there are so many simple lessons in the Bible, and by simple I mean Noah's Ark can be understood by a child. Daniel in the lion's den, David and Goliath, Joseph and the coat of many colors. Those are lessons that we can teach our children that give them the beginning of a base for their spiritual journey. There is a preacher story that tells of a young pastor who went to visit an old man who was dying. And the old man let the pastor know that he was afraid and he didn't know what was going on. And the pastor thought and thought and thought. And finally, as he was listening, he heard a dog scratching outside the door. And the pastor got up and let the old man's dog in. And he said to the pastor, "Your dog didn't have any idea what was on the other side of the door, but he did know his master was there, and he wanted to be where his master was." The only way that the dog knew that was the dog knew who his master was. We have got to get back to teaching those simple lessons so that our children, as they grow up, can progress to the more serious lessons. Because no matter what the world says, there is a right and a wrong. And if we don't teach it to the world will teach it to them, sometimes with very painful consequences. Prospect, I hope you have a wonderfully blessed weekend, and I will see you on Sunday, either in person or online. Blessings.